Hey, I'm ElusiveKev, Mr. Cole. Welcome back to the Rally 4 has. We've got a championship to do in the buggy. So we're going to Monument Valley, Kenya and Bolivia. So here we are in Monument Valley then. The first of 3 laps in this qualification round. So I'm not sure we've got a semi-final and final coming up as well. I'm guessing so. So we've got the SMG truck on our inside. We've got a lightweight buggy that's been pushed wide. Lightweight batted for second as we drop down to 4th in this. Like SMG truck's pushing us towards the rocks. Still pushing us towards the rocks. Go over another massive jump. Actually land partially on the SMG truck. And into the tight left hander going down the inside. These buggies, get out of here. Gonna use our muscle and weight then in what appears to be the final corner. Only a 41-second lap. Let's go over the jumps. So tricky, those 4 jumps at the beginning. Yeah, you've got a couple of hairpins and that's it really. Got a couple of jumps on this back straight. Such a short lap. You can hardly catch your breath around there. It's already approaching the final lap. Let's go through the final corner. Go across the line onto that third lap. 35.9 seconds for that. Absolutely crazy. This buggy's terrible over those jumps. You want something light and nimble like those small buggies. You don't want something heavy and powerful like this over those jumps. Feels like you're going to jump towards the stars and get lost in them every time. But you can see that in front. Going to get sucked towards that soon. That constellation. Go out the final corner. And it looks like we survived the qualification rounds. Well, I say just. It was 3.5 seconds in the end ahead of Samuel and Lee. And we qualified second overall for the semi-finals. So we are then for 4 laps this time now. So we've got to survive 4 laps round. I could barely survive 3 as we get pushed to the inside by the SMG trucks, by our fellow big trucks as well, by the buggies that appeared from nowhere. As we try and take the lead from the SMG truck, not quite working out. But we're in second, we're where we need to be. Remember, top 3 make it through to the final. So we finish here, we're making it through. Or if we finish first, we're definitely making it through. As he nicely put it down the inside. Oh, we lose out by the line. So you can be a bit more aggressive over these jumps then. See yourself worked out, we're in the lead. Oh, we're being pushed towards the rocks though. Not giving up on that lead. Out of fight. I always feel like the wheels are just going to pop off when we land over that massive jump. Then we get through the final corner. And into the second half of the race. 35.4. That's half a second quicker than we did in qualification round, so definitely getting quicker around it. Definitely getting quicker towards the rocks as well. Well, you know, that's maybe the tactics, you know, like in Forza when you do oval racing, just use the walls. That's what we're doing here, using the rock faces, the cliffs. As we go through the final corner. I'm going to slide that rear into that final corner. Going to power as quickly as you can. We do a 34.6. We're speeding up in this thing. Round it. Getting a bit wide in that left-hander. But that's not too bad as you've got 1 corner to go, a couple of jumps to go. There's one of them. And this one we're making our way to the final. But hopefully we'll be qualifying on the front row on pole. As we get out of the final corner and to victory in the semi-final. Nicely done. Maybe this truck is suited round here as we won by over 4.5 seconds ahead of them are. And we are the top qualifier ahead of them. So we are then for the 4-lap final. A bit disappointing. Would have liked it to be 5 laps, maybe 6. They're getting pushed towards the inside. As what the hell is that? Was that an SMG buggy? Just pushed a Mars back. Goes, here we go. Our fellow sand truck wants to battle with us for the lead. It's pushing us wide to the right. Let's not about muscled them though. We're just gonna hold on. Let's go towards the final corner. Just slide that truck in there. And we just about survived that one. We've got 3 more laps of this. Yeah, a bit disappointing that these finals aren't longer. And I'm kind of glad as well. This track is so tricky in this thing. Trying to keep momentum over the jumps, keep it straight, while battling as well. Being such a short course, if you make one mistake, go out of it. So you can say goodbye to any good result. Not even braking for that final corner, just using the engine braking really. As to do a 34-1. That's how you separate yourself from the pack. No, the bail on the inside, keep going. So we've got a good enough gap in the second half of this race, but shows you've got to keep your eyes, keep your head on a swivel. Because one mistake, as I said, really is costly around there. It was probably the hardest out of all the Monument Valley courses. I know it's very short and on paper isn't complex, but very trying. Let's look at that 37-second lap. Shows that one mistake cost us 3 seconds. Or 2 to 3 seconds. This would be great fun on multiplayer especially. Imagine being 3 wide over these massive jumps. I'm not sure anybody would survive, but it would be fantastic. Just like this is going to be a fantastic start to the championship. Oh, as we go a bit wide in the final corner. As if we hold on for victory in round 1 of 3 in our sand truck. As we win by 2.5 seconds out of De La Cruz in Manic. So that's 20 points to the scoreboard. Let's have 20 more in the next round. So we are in Kenya with a slightly damaged buggy of the events in Monument Valley. As we've got 3 laps in this qualification round. We've had a shocking start, down to 4th already. And remember, top 12 go through to the semi-final. So we've got to finish maybe top 2 at least. That was a bit sideways over that jump. I don't want to be doing that. Do want to be taking 3rd though. So we get pushed in the air. Somehow we hold on. So off this right hand, this is where we got the launch. The last time we raced round here, it was whoa, sideways. Keep points in the right direction though. Run the buggy. Well, this thing has got rubbish acceleration to everyone else, as we've got a buggy on our way outside apparently. Seen sparks fly. Don't know why you go to the outside. Let's go out the final corner. Onto the second lap. We're in 3rd, but look at all that disruption on the start-finish bendy straight. At least we're familiar with this track. We know this is again a bit like Monument Valley. Big jumps, keeping momentum up. And shots are short of that. So we're going to take 2nd round the outside, are we? Into our favourite right-hander. Looks like it's worked out. So now we just got the SMG buggy in front, but I think we're good for the semi-final if we finish here. We've got 3 opponents behind us in this race. So it just needs to be 1 more out of the remaining races. So that's wide. Lucky to get away with that. As we approach the final lap of this frantic race. Always is in Kenya, no matter what they out use. It's 102.2, we're 1.6 back. They're setting 101, so it's not no Monument Valley where we're seconds in head in the end, like that time wise. It's going to be much closer around here, pretty even. It's not bad over that first section where you need to be brave to gain time. Definitely looks like we are on the leader. Is it enough to make a move maybe into our favourite left-hander? I'll certainly try. Not quite, not quite. So now all the time we've gained in that first part of that, we're going to lose in the second half of it. We go out the final corner and set. Very quick that time on the final lap. Must be around a minute as we are 1.4 seconds off the lead in the end and 2.5 ahead of third. And we do qualify second overall. We shouldn't have been so wide in the end. So let's see how we do in the semi-final. So before the semi-final, we have to do some repairs. As look at the gearbox, 2%. What the hell? So if we do all the repairs, 2,600 spent. And suspension is still dodgy, gearbox is still dodgy. We can't afford the gearbox to be that dodgy. There's no point repairing the engine. Put that all on the gearbox that we can. Actually, engine's barely anything. Chassis, don't bother with that. Put it all on the gearbox. That's our number one aim of these repairs. Get the gearbox up to full health. Brakes, we barely use that. Put it on the gearbox if we can. Doesn't look like we bother with that. Tyres, suspension, electronics, bodywork. Don't care about you bodywork. Put that all on the gearbox. So it's up to 68%. Tension at 81. Take some out of the electronics. Put that on the gearbox. There we go. So we are then for the semi-final 4 laps in Kenya with a new repaired buggy. Let's see how well it does. So I'm guessing we're going to have to repair this buggy first thing for the final event, have it fully repaired for that event. Otherwise we're just going to be struggling. I see someone jumped over a buggy there, I think. They're trying to go down the inside of our fellow sand truck as we're battling for the top 2 places. We've got ahead of quite a few lightweight buggies then. We've got the Jaws music for the leading one now with 2 sand trucks riding its tail. So we go down the inside, take the lead. And this opening lap, 4 laps in the semi-final compared to 3, remember. That's not a good job. Keep going, keep going. So we're down to 5th. Down to 4th, we've got a buggy right on our tail. Trying to make a move. Well, what a poor opening at 109.4. I think it was a 107 we did in the qualification round. So we've already lost a couple of seconds. And look at that, we're around a couple of seconds behind the leading 3. We've got to be mega aggressive then in this first part of that. Over these jumps, we are got good momentum heading towards the right-hander. See what we can do on our opening that. Oh, massive momentum. Around the outside of the buggy for 3rd. Down the inside of the next buggy for 2nd. Not quite close up to our fellow sand truck to take the lead. That's the top 2 placing, that's what we need. Top 3, remember, in the semi-final. Qualify for the final, but top 2 ideally, so we can be on the front row for the final. Go for the final corner. And on to the final. That's more like it, 1:09. That's what that time we should be aiming for. Let's go over the massive jump. I'd say it's a final lap. We're on the 3rd lap. We're just in the second half of the race now. So we've got a couple of laps to catch up to our fellow sand truck and win this thing. Definitely appear to be doing that. It's okay, that massive momentum down this back straight. Are we close enough for a dive into the left-hander? Not quite. Go through the loop. And over the jump. Just don't carry momentum over this section, like we should. For the final corner, we definitely are gaining. We're doing another minute 0.9, at least we're consistent. As well, what are you doing, truck? Had to really slow down over that jump just to get the truck straight again. That might kill some of our momentum. And yeah, we've lost a bit. So we head towards our favourite right-hander in this final lap. At least it seems like we're running away. I thought like in Monument Valley, again it would be the lightweight bogies that would be really challenging us, but looks like this is big boy territory. So right behind the leader, we're not going to be making a move though. As I said, we have no momentum over this section. Over the massive jump. Into the final corner, so we're going to finish second at least. This final, bit of a poor final lap. But we'll take that after a poor start as well. One guy didn't even finish. So qualify second for the final. Let's see what we can do. So I admit, after doing one run at the final, I couldn't change gear on the second lap. So we're going to have to repair the whole gearbox, I think. Just repair the gearbox. Nothing else. Just try and repair this gearbox. Because it looks like it only lasts 4 races, a gearbox. So that's the gearbox repaired. What else needs repairing? The chassis, electronics will be important. Electronics at 78. So let's repair some of the chassis, get some of these things high up, repair the engine. We've got a minute 29 left. Do a bit of the radiator and the tyres for the final. And we've got 11 seconds left. Can we do a bit more on the radiator? Anything else? That's it. So we are for the final then. For a repaired truck. Can't believe the gearbox wouldn't survive the final as well. We repaired it enough, surely. Obviously not. At least it's good to see that parts fatigue is actually a real thing. It's got 4 laps then to win this in Kenya. Down the inside, everyone down the inside of the buggies as well. All around the outside, getting punted towards the tree. Thanks for that. That's lost lots of momentum heading into our favourite right-hander. And looks like we've gained it back. Oh, can we take the lead into our favourite left-hander? Looks like we can. So we do actually lead here in Kenya. Decent start then. Just got to hold on to this for 3 and a bit laps. It's a bit different in the semi-final where we're chasing someone to no avail. Now we're the prey, not the predator. Let's say we do. Whoa, what the hell, buggy? Well, let's put us off our stride a bit, starting the second lap. Whoa, get punted from behind as well. Still in second. I don't understand though. Got punted heavily from behind. You saw that, we had to go sideways before the jump and then straighten it up. But the lightweight buggies fighting back then against the big boys. Had enough of us bullying them. Try and nip down the inside. Well, I say bullying, we're just doing this. It's not that bad. Having to resort to different tactics maybe to beat us. Let's approach the halfway mark of this race. Will we have another buggy landing on our windscreen as we go into the third lap? Let's see. We'll go for the final corner. And we're still leading. 103.6. That shows how slow we were that lap. Lost 3 seconds. Thanks to our battling. Let's go over the jump. Bit wide. Well, then we're holding on in the lead in this third lap. Even though we're winning this race, again, the gap between first and eighth is just 2 points. So we need to be on it in the final race as well, final round. Get to the final, finish on the podium at least to win this championship. We finally had a championship to our Extreme Carnage Championship, as that's a poor run through the loop though. We might have allowed everyone to gain back up, just so we were building the gap. Go over the bumps, or these massive jumps. For the final corner, onto the final lap here in Kenya. It's been a battle with our vehicle, making sure it can actually survive events with opponents as well, especially in this final. I'm surprised anyone surviving this final. No, 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 keep going, keep going, keep going. How are we still leading? Oh no, we're down to second now. I was about to say, we're on our side for like 5 seconds. But have we lost the wind on the final lap? Are we within punting distance? Or dive bomb distance? So we are in dive bomb distance. As we take the lead back. Got half a lap to survive. This was a bit wide. This big battle. No, we've lost it. We go over the final jump. Down the inside of the buggy. It's going to be close to the line. Who won it? We did! But just under 3 tenths. Bloody hell, that was close. So into the final round of the season. What the hell? We're leading by 13 points. That can't be right. All we have to do is qualify for the semi-final then? Or qualify for the final if you've won? Yeah, if we qualify the final, we have won. What the hell? Let's see what we can do. As before we head to Bolivia, of course, we've got repairs to do. Mostly to the gearbox, just 13%. I swear we repaired this up to 100 for the final. What the hell happened to this thing? Let's get everything to at least 90% then. So if we get everything up to 90... Okay, we probably won't get suspension up to 90. And I need to add a bit more to electronics as well. A bit to the engine, make that 100. Add some to the tyres. I think that's the best we can do, is it? So we are with a battered motor. For 3 laps of qualifications in Bolivia already been punted. Which is good to see. But the SMG buggy batters into the lead. As we go water tracking. Looks like we're taking the long route. No, the shorter route, we're taking the lead. Oh, it's a bit wide in the left hand. We actually got corners to brake for now. Rather than just using the engine braking like we're doing incessantly in Kenya. Maybe a bit too much, but that's why Gearbox said, no, I'm out of it. Let's go over the water. We'll take this route. Oh, maybe I don't want to take that route again. That wasn't that nice. But at least that was a very short round there. 31 seconds. Let's go on to the final lap. Take the inside line. It seems like we're pretty quick round there as well with our repaired buggy. As we go for the final couple of corners. And victory in the qualification. I felt like I was over in the blink of an eye. It's won by over 4 seconds. And we're at the top. So show what a repaired buggy can do then. As he got 4 laps in the semi-final. Let's see if we can take the tight corner. No, we can't. Just continue momentum over this section. Oh, you didn't repair it for this semi-final. I thought we were doing qualification. Let's see if this thing can stay in one piece then. Over this race, so you're taking the outside line for once. We've got a small buggy down our inside. What the hell? Oh, he's really getting into it. Oh, he's taking the inside line, no? Oh, he's into the trees. But he's still fighting, but look at him go. Got a real battle here for the win in the semi-final, which is good to see as well. After that qualification round, that was a bit disappointing. It's all over that jump. Probably should have taken that. Let's take this shortcut. God, you really do lose momentum though, taking that route. That's what I love about Bolivia as well compared to the previous 2 tracks. You've got these alternate routes everywhere to take, even though it's a short lap. You've got like 10 different ways you can take these laps. Let's just go back to our favourite outside line. This final lap. Looks like we're going to come through for victory then. In the semi-final, victory in the championship, I think. It's now guaranteed. So we win by 10 seconds. What is going on with our opponents in this championship? Let's go to the final then. It's for the final time in this championship. We line up for the final 3x3 or 4x2. So yeah, another 4-lapper. I believe what happened in that semi-final. We had someone right in our tail and then they just disappeared. It's got the S&G buggy down our inside. Once again, we haven't repaired this buggy. So for this final, it's in semi-final spec. Let's hope it can keep in one piece. We seem to be doing well round him, but if it maybe because it's short laps. Not as intensive on the engine as well, not too high a top speed to go around it. Compared to Kenya where it's flat out jumps and Monument Valley as well. They're a bit kinder on our buggies round here in Bolivia, even though it's very wet, very slidey. We have to brake. We have to change gears a bit more. Looks like a buggy likes it round here. As we go on to second half the race. And it's like they're just streaking away from everyone again. Go through that left-hander, nicely done. It's all about balancing the throttle in that final section with that massive jump especially. As we do a 25.6. And just one final lap in this championship. Let's take the alternate route, shall we? Go through there. That wasn't too bad if we cut that corner a bit. Bradley style. Go through the final jump, slightly wide, but it doesn't matter. It is victory. It's over in the blink of an eye this round in Bolivia as we win by 3.5 seconds ahead of Keeper and you. Look at you. He was down in outside the top 10, I think, before that final round. He's up to 7th in the end as we win by 15 points. with keeper 8 points ahead of the Mar, who grabs the final place ahead of Declare. And look at all that prize money. Not much repair cost in the end, 4,300. And we have headed the Buggy Championship to the Extreme Carnage Championship. Still got a hill climb, V-Rally Cross and Rally Championship to get though. As it's the end of the week as well. We've got to pay over 9,000 to our crews. Let's just look at recruitment then. So we've got an agent, a wholesaler, decrease the price of car part upgrades. You don't really do that actually though. How about head mechanic level 15? Takes away from the engine but heads to suspension, electronics and gearbox. 3 A's which are quite low. So welcome to the team, Anderson. How about a level 15 mechanic? Where should we head them? Should we head them to... Head them over Sonson? And we've got a level 15 engineer as well. And maybe head them to... Maybe head them to McGowan. So they take a bit from that transfer, add it to the engine. And then a level 15 head engineer. He adds to the engine. Takes away from the exhaust, that bodywork. We're starting to get out to the big leagues now, level 15. And we've got 343,000. Should we look at rally cars then? Because I remember the top class rally cars. They're 214,000. What about the hill climb? Because remember, we've only got 2 hill climb cars. Oh, hello. We can get the Satsuki SX4 Pikes Peak. What about extreme corner cards? I think we've already got the best we can do. The buggies as well. I think we've got the best we can do as well. We couldn't get all the buggies though. And in V-Rally Cross as well. I think we got the best we can do as well with the Mini. But you can also get the Volkswagen Polo, Beetle, the Ford Focus as well. But it's all about rallying, I think. Getting that rally upgrade. So, we've got the Volkswagen Polo R Rally, Citroen DS3 Rally, the Mijon Cooper Works Rally, which for some reason seems to be the better car overall. Even though it's the oldest out of the 3, has in 2000 when Mini announced their return to WRC competition, the news made a lot of noise. The John Cooper Works Rally first season was a partial one. In 2012, they consisted of all phases of the World Championship with Chris Meek and Danny Sordo. Supporting 4-wheel drive and a 1.6 litre engine with 300 horsepower. It means a major departure from its predecessor's philosophy, aka it's big. And it also remains a very beautiful rally car that's easy and fun to drive. It has had success in World Rallycross as well. Then the Citroen DS3 Rally, creating Trey Evans a winning machine. It's the latest Citroen car developed for and by Sebastian Loeb for the WRC. The world champion went on to win 2 more world titles in 2011 and 2012. Fast and Agile, the DS3 is a rally car. It's a dedicated car to drive because it's custom made for Loeb. Chris Meek took over at the wheel of the DS3 Rally in 2015 and allowed him to win his first world rally in Argentina. He said, if you want to conquer the many challenges in Rally 4, the DS3 Rally is the weapon of choice. And in the Volkswagen Polo are the car that has dominated rallying in recent years. Is no doubt the most effective rally car in the last 10 years. Behind its wheels, OJ and Ingrassia have won a whopping 3 World Rally Championship titles, well, it's actually 4 now. Appeared on the World Rally Championship tracks in 2013. OJ won on 9 occasions. In 2014, 2015 allowed VW to win 12 victories across 13 rallies. In 2017, the Polo won 7 events, 6 with OJ, 1 for Latvia. Easy driving, incredibly efficient. The Polo R embodies the perfect definition of modern rallying. This Jet will shine in your collection. Now, normally I'm more leaning towards Citroen, more of a Citroen fan than Volkswagen or even Mini, but I think we're going to go with the Volkswagen Polo R Rally. So now we've got a rally car from each category, I believe. As you go down the categories, there you go, all the way from 1 to 9. And next time, what will we do? We could do some rallying, do some extreme corner, lots of extreme corner. We do some V-Rally course, 3-star V-Rally course, 3-star bug-in. I might give bug-in a miss after what we experienced in that championship. That was crazy, that championship. And some bug-in or rallying in Kenya. So lots of choices then. It's a bit of a shame we don't have another championship to just follow up immediately, but maybe we'll show off our Volkswagen in the rain next time. So thanks for watching and find out then.